Hello and welcome to another Hey Sweet Art tutorial powered by South Africa's leading fine art material supplier, Art Savings Club. Today's online tutorial covers a really fun and efficient scale and transfer method. Let's say you found a beautiful reference and you maybe wanted to get to the painting part a little bit quicker. In other words, you didn't want to spend ages plotting out your square grids over your reference and then doing the same on your canvas before you even got to transferring your sketch onto your canvas. So the scribble grid technique is commonly used in mural art, but we're going to use it on a slightly smaller scale today just to demonstrate how it can be applied in a small format, but particularly to speed up your sketch to transfer process. In a nutshell, the scribble grid technique is basically the same thing as the grid method, but the added benefit of technology these days, like your phone to take a photograph and maybe a program like Google Slide, which is free to use also, it can minimize the time spent just getting that initial sketch down. To make it easy for you, I've supplied what you need in terms of digital resources over on my website, and I'll include a link in the description below so that you can just jump across, download the PDF for today's exercise quickly, print it out if you can, if you're wanting to use my scribble grid, and it will include the reference to help you get through the exercise even quicker. I've also included a reference with my scribble grid overlay and then a separate page with just the scribble grid so that you can use that just to put this into practice. So this will fast track the process a little bit, but I'm still going to go through all the steps so that you can see and get through it all by yourself once you've practiced with me, if you do want to go and apply this to your own reference. So my first step is going to be getting my canvas ready. In this instance, I'll be using a sheet of craft board as well as a Posca marker. This one is a little bit on the chunkier end, and that's just so that I can have a nice big and thick line. To start, I'm just going to make random marks and squiggles, making sure to cover the main subject area of the canvas. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to take a photograph of the canvas, making sure to have it aligned as best as possible within my camera frame. And this will just help with less post-processing when I take it into something like Google Slides. So I usually work in Adobe design programs like Photoshop and Illustrator, but I'm trying to work through this process in a way that is accessible to everyone. I've opened Google Slides on my desktop, but you could probably do this on your phone as well. On a blank slide, I've added the photo of my Scribble canvas. I've just cropped it on my phone so that it's already ready to drop into Google Slides. Next, I center align it, and then I just want to show you how you can very easily toggle the opacity of the visual right here in Google Slides. You don't need anything fancy, you don't need any fancy software. Google Slides is readily available online and as an app from the App Store, so yeah, it's really great. You can also switch to grayscale, which may help visually when you're working in that format. Next, I go to the navigation menu at the top and I drop in this picture of Marilyn Monroe. For the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to reference this photograph of Marilyn Monroe. It was taken in 1953 by a photographer called Frank Powolny. For better visual aid, I'm converting the photo to grayscale, and I may do the same with the scribble grid before I save. Because I want enough line work in the grid to overlap in the areas of detail like the eyes, I'm going to resize Marilyn and I'm rotating her so that her eyes fall over an area where it will be easier to navigate those sort of intersections. And before I finish setting this up, I just want to crop in the excess of the image off. So I right click, choose crop from the menu, and then I drag those edges in. We are ready to go with our scribble grid. For the purpose of the video and to ensure that we are working from the same, I've set up the grayscale version of my scribble grid. So what I had originally doodled on the craft board, I've just opted to use the grayscale print version so that you can see my line work a little bit easier as I'm drawing. What you're now going to do is grab a pencil, any kind or color, and start looking at the scribble grid for where features might intersect. So you will then reference across to the canvas and start plotting and blocking in those marks and slowly start building out your composition. Using this method is obviously going to assist with keeping proportions and a likeness for your reference. It also helps scale from a much smaller reference to a larger canvas. So although in this scenario we are working in small format, I'm still scaling up from a small reference to a larger canvas. Remember that the purpose of this grid method is also to get your sketch in place and then come in with opaque mediums. So painting with things like gouache, acrylic, or oils, those will cover most of the marks. And at the same time as saying that, I also want to let you know that you can use this in a creative way, incorporating abstract mark making as a foundation, and then using that, basically your abstract painting, as a scribble grid for whatever your main subject or composition you want to paint. Another nice thing you could do is incorporate a really cool quote or lyrics from a song that you love or a poem. There are really cool creative ways that you can incorporate wording into your composition, and then whatever peeks through is just like a creative effect in your painting. And there you have it. A good sketch foundation for my painting, which would be the next step in this process. Thank you so much for watching. Please do share if you put this into practice. You can tag me on social media or share it in my YouTube community online. These online creative tutorials are powered by Art Savings Club, and if you would like to see more of this and in any particular mediums or of any particular techniques, feel free to comment below.